guys, how's it going? So today is an exciting slash kind of scary day because we are having all of the sod on this west side all the way up to the vegetable garden removed. I've been saying that we've been needing to do that for like the last 2 years, that we have this grand plan of how we're gonna plant it up and put it in a pathway. And I've just been saying it for so long, and Aaron was finally like, you know what, let's just do it. Let's just get the grass removed, get the sprinklers capped, start running drips so that it's at least ready. That way, maybe if you see it as a blank slate, you can kind of like start the process, and that way, I don't know, just get the ball rolling. So like I'm a little bit scared because I'm not quite ready. Like I have a few plants that I want to put in, but none of the big stuff like the big evergreens and things like that. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. We might just have a mud patch for a little while. But we actually got some help here. So there's a couple of young men that are gonna be lifting the sod today, and they'll be cutting it and rolling it up. And then we've got a family that's actually gonna come load it up and take it to their new home tomorrow, and they're gonna use it. So it's not going to waste at all, which is nice. Let me show you the sod cutter. So this is a machine right here that you use to lift sod. So this part right here rolls over the grass, and then there's a blade right here that you can set to whatever depth that you want, and it just cuts right below all the roots. It's kind of a beastie machine to operate. I've done my fair share of sod lifting in the past, so to have somebody here to help us is a total treat. And then I'm just hoping this year that we can, we'll have to clean up the edges because you can't get the sod cutter like real close to any of, you know, the trees and stuff that I have planted. So we'll clean that up, and then hopefully maybe get some mulch down, so at least it's not like slick, gross looking mud. At least it'll look kind of finished. I don't know. But we thought you guys might like to see the process. We'll probably set up a camera so we can kind of time lapse the area so you can see the destruction. I should probably run out and pull this pumpkin vine real quick so that it's out of their way. Because see, it's like growing out onto the grass a little bit. So we'll get that handled. This tree is also going to be removed in November. So it's really close to one of the new maples that we just planted. There's 5 of them along here. So 1, 2, there's Benjamin and Aaron. 3, 4, and 5. And the willow is something that we'd have to chemically treat for borers every year, and I don't want to have to do that. So let's say hi to Benjamin. Hey baby, what are you doing in there? Hi. Are you having a good day? Are you having a good day? It's nice and cool out. You love your lovey. That's his pacifier, you guys. He doesn't like binkies. He likes fabric. Good boy. They're also working on capping the sprinklers. Aaron went out early this morning and got all of the parts to do that. There might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe like 8 sprinklers or so. Russell's running around. Doesn't know what to do with all the activity. Russell. In other news, the Sweet Romance lavender is looking gorgeous. You talking? Mama. You say mama. 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 Look at those two furs. You're so cute. Yeah. Let me give you guys a view from the garden area because it looks like a whole lot more sod than from the other side. All right, there's the garden. All of this. Oh my word. Oh my word, Benjamin. That means a lot of work for your mama. Yeah, that means a lot of work for your mama. And a little work for your daddy. Huh?
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Come here. Oh, you're such a cute baby.
He is a cute baby. He did so good on the walk. He loved it. All right, so I got Benjamin down for a nap. So I'm gonna go clean up those vines. And I'm gonna apologize for the sound because that sod cutter is really loud. So I'll just talk louder. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I need to grab my gloves and the trailer and probably a garden cart to put all of my produce on. They're already on their second pass down the length of this grass patch, and they've got a bunch of rolls already. Look at all of those. So this particular type of project would probably take Aaron and I at least 2 days. Whenever we have these young guys come out and help us with projects, it's done in like hours. So it's worth every bit to hire them to do that, and it's so helpful to us. Have you just been chilling in here? Yeah. Hi. Want a drink? You swallow just like your daddy. All I have left to do is pull, or just pick up a couple piles out there. I've got 2 on the outside of the fence.
Okay.
And then 1 on the inside, and then I'll be done with that part of the project anyway for now. So now I'm gonna finish up out here. I actually wasn't really planning on this part of the project today. So these squash and pumpkin vines, which I actually figured out that it's not Blue Hubbard that I grew, it's Buttercup. I don't know why I had it in my brain that it was Blue Hubbard. Anyway, I am throwing these in the dumpster because I dealt with a little bit of powdery mildew and squash bugs. I didn't have squash bugs anywhere else in my garden, thankfully, but I don't want to perpetuate those 2 things in my garden, so this is where they are going, not in the compost pile. Mercy. It's making a little room. All right, the last thing is to pick up the couple of piles that are on the outside of the fence. Gosh, these squash bugs were so thick on the the Buttercup at the end, and I didn't even know it until today, until I started pulling them up. The vines have been looking a little bit bad. I just didn't really want to investigate. I can actually smell the squash bugs in the air. They were that bad. So I'll probably hit these squash bugs with a cocktail of neem and spinosad and whatever other spray I have out in the barn to try to nuke them, because they are a horrid, horrid problem. So I did start gathering up all the weeds out here, which I was not anticipating today. There are still quite a few, like up there by the pine. I thought I was gonna get more planting done out here. So this is not our property, but our neighbors are allowing us to plant this area kind of right here, because there's 2 great big power poles that I kind of want to mask. So anyway, we've got some clearing to do yet, some weeds, and then we're gonna see if we can burn this pile, because they're all really dry tumbleweeds. They go up really fast, and we'll have that fire done within an hour probably. Oh, I just noticed. Look, even on that beam, all those squash bugs. Ew. All right guys, look at this. Oh my word. There are about 270 rolls of grass. So after the family comes tomorrow to pick it all up, these guys that did all of this work today are gonna come back and clean up all of these little lines, because this is on a slope. The machine it doesn't work as well on a slope as it does on a straight surface. So anyway, on Monday that will be all kind of slicked up, and then we'll have to decide whether or not we're just gonna mulch over the top for now or get started on a pathway. I can't even believe it's done, like to this point. I just know that when it's all clear, that's when the work begins for me. All right guys, it's a new day, and the family that is gonna be using the sod is here to pick it up. I'm really excited to see this area all clear, just because it really helps me have a better vision for what, like the possibilities of an area could be. And I was standing in the vegetable garden last night looking out through the arbor and just thinking about what the pathway was going to look like, gently curving through this area, and then thinking about a whole bunch of other different ideas. So sometimes I think it's good to be pushed into a project even if you don't feel ready, because sometimes that's when you get the best results. So thank you, Erin, for kind of giving me the push I needed for this project. So I would be staying and helping with this loading process, but they've got all their kids with them, and I actually have a date with my mom and sister to run out to our local farm stand today, because my sister is in town. So that's what I'm gonna be doing this afternoon. Oh, look at this one right here. That's interesting. All right, I need one of those blue squash. I wonder if those are still over on the other side there. Oh yeah, I need one of those green ones. Yeah. Oh, you know what? There's one right over there. Bingo. Whoa, check out the stem on that one. Mercy. Oh, that wasn't good. We'll see if we can make it through the rest of this produce stand without tipping our cart again. If you want some buttercups, I've got a bunch.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you want like a full box worth of applesauce? Do you want to just split 2 boxes?
Do you want to do a Jonagold and a Honeycrisp together?
Yeah.
And blend them?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
Mom's got a box of Jonagold and we're gonna split them half and half to make applesauce.
That's right.
All right, so most of the rolls of sod are gone. We're just left with a few that wanted to kind of break into pieces, and then of course the little lines that were left from in between the sod cutter. So the boys who came and helped us cut the sod and roll it up, they didn't just help us, they did it. They were gonna bring their tractor back and scrape up the rest of the excess grass and then pick up any of the little pieces that may be left. But we decided that we really do need this area kind of leveled out, like kind of scraped a little bit because it's really bumpy. And we just kind of want to start, I mean, we know there's a slope, so we're going to have to kind of address that as well. But we don't want to have a slope plus a bunch of divots and all kinds of random stuff. So their tractor won't handle that sort of job. So what we decided to do was call one of our friends who's an excavator and ask him if he could put us on his schedule to come in and bring his bigger tractor and kind of scrape up, clean up the rest of this area, as well as smooth it out at the same time. And I'm so happy that the pieces of sod, those rolls of sod, were being utilized somewhere else. Actually, 2 sets of people came and got them. There was a landscaper in the area that needed some for a project, and then also the family that came used it at one of their rental homes and sent us a picture of the way it looked, and it was awesome. So I'm so happy that the grass will live on. Let me turn the camera around and kind of explain what I think we're going to be doing with this spot. So I'm going to step back kind of into the vegetable garden space. For those of you guys who have kind of watched the progress of this area, you know that I have kind of wanted to start a pathway that comes out of the vegetable garden and then kind of gently curves down this side yard and then out toward the driveway on the other side, which I'll show you here in a minute. I think that is still what we're going to want to do, but we're going to have to talk with the excavator about maybe creating one little terrace. Not maybe up toward this spot, but down toward the end it really starts to slope, which means we might have a little bit of a rock wall, which is kind of exciting. The other thing we're going to have removed is the globe willow. We had a second one right about here, that actually blew over, like halfway over in the wind, and it needed to come out. And that would eventually happen to this one as well. So we're just going to, as soon as the leaves fall off, I'm going to harvest most of the branches and use them for projects. And then in November, I'm scheduled to have it taken out. So what we'll be left with is basically some really strong structures. So the arborvitae hedge, as well as the 5 maple trees that kind of dot this side. So I'm gonna walk to the other end so you can see where I think I want the pathway to come out, and then I'll explain a couple more things. The funny part about this is, like I said earlier, I kind of wasn't ready for this project, and I posted a picture and everyone, like a lot of you guys were like, what are you gonna do with that spot? I have no idea. I know we're gonna be putting plants in. I know there's gonna be a pathway, possibly some statuary, but I'm just not positive. And that's kind of how I roll with garden projects. I kind of have to just start in and whale into a project to see it come together. So here we are on the driveway side, kind of like where the driveway curves around. Vegetable garden's there. The pathway will curve through and then come around and swoop up to the driveway. And I kind of like it because when you come down this side of the driveway, this is what you see. So I want there to be something really pretty right here, like a set of pillars or something. And then this whole corner, as well as everything else, will be extremely heavily planted. Like in the end, I don't want to see any fence. Hopefully very little of the pole. You won't see any of the homes over here. When everything's grown, it'll just take a little while. And I do have to say that we have incredible neighbors. They are clean, tidy, quiet. I mean, you couldn't ask for better. So I know a lot of you guys say, oh my gosh, it's such a bummer that the land is being developed on that side, but we actually knew it was going to be when we bought this house. We knew homes were gonna be going in, so it's no surprise to us. We're just so thankful for who has bought them so far. In fact, there are people, like established families in this area that I've known since I was like as long ago as I can remember. So there's 2 more lots in between the 2 homes that are there. I know the family that bought one of them, and I'm excited because they're another great group of people. And then there's 1 lot I think that's still for sale. Boy, I would love to have that, like plant rows of flowers that I could cut. It'd be so fun. And then one other thing that I think may happen is, and I'm not sure yet, so I hate to say like too much about it, but in between each set of maples, so you'll see a maple there and a maple here, I want to do something that's set back on the other side of the pathway that's a focal. Whether that be a plant or a piece of statuary between each one, we'll have to just wait and see. And I don't know if you guys remember this, I just randomly planted 3 Vertigo Pennisetum and some Super Tunia bubblegum because this is a little island where the elm tree was taken out and I knew the grass was coming out, so I didn't really want to plant grass just to have it tore out again. So I just popped a few annuals in there and have really enjoyed them. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. We just wanted to make sure that you guys saw the beginning of this project. It's kind of not the beginning because you guys saw it when there was still an elm tree and the globe willow. There was a big lilac over here and there was a fence. There was a white like split rail fence that separated the driveway from that piece of grass, and it was weird because it didn't feel like it was included in the house side of the property. So that was one of the first things that we had removed, and it really opened it up over here. So anyway, it's just a process. I'm expecting this side to take us a few years to like get things even planted. It'll take even longer to see it established and see things really fill in, but I'm really excited to share that process with you guys. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.